Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Football Show with the guys. Hello, everyone. It's been a while, Nana and David. That is the everyone. So, how have you guys been? And how did you really enjoy the international break? I believe I have to start from that because we're just coming back from one, and all through the international break, we didn't release any episode. We didn't talk about football. Can you imagine? But yeah, the guys are here to just give us an insight on how their international break was. And let me start with David.
Oh yeah, we can start with Black Stars. They were as usual disappointing. The other guys were hopeful, but I know they were going to disappoint us. And I was a bit happy with England's loss to Greece as well. That was really great because any coach that would prefer to play Palmer in an eighth position doesn't deserve any result at all. So there's that. Aside that, those are the notable fixtures for me because I live off the heat. Anything else, you miss me. I don't know about Nana. He'll probably give you some whole long crackdown and this and that. This one played from the wings. No, not me. I'm here purely for the hate. Master tactician.
Yeah, so sorry to disappoint David and probably Prince, but then yeah, this international break was actually not so good for me being a Ghanaian and all because I honestly didn't enjoy the whole international break. I just hope the next one will be better. I actually hope there's no other break and then we enjoy club football till because there's no joint international break as a Ghanaian.
So the funny thing about what Nana wants is Nana wants the international break to end so you could have club football. Whilst I want the opposite. I want constant international breaks. So I can't be experiencing that misery I experience every week with Manchester United. But yeah, talking about Manchester United, I feel like we should start with Manchester United today. And the first things first, I would like to just ask at team is during the international break, what were your expectations for Manchester United? If hearing the fact that they had a board meeting and there was a lot of speculations about the fact that Ten Hag could get sacked and all that, and the club not seeing the need to sack him because he's still in the position right now. But what was your expectation during the international break in respect to Manchester United, and what is your expectations after the international break going into this weekend game against Brentford?
Yeah, so I'm sure the first thing that comes to everyone's mind um, before or during the meeting, I mean, when I talk about everyone, I mean the fans and then all football lovers, was the fact that Ten Hag should or would be sacked because judging from the results and then the style of play of his team, that's Manchester United, there hasn't been any improvement or anything to write home about. So I feel like he should have been sacked. But then after the meeting, I feel like they were like, yeah, they agree with him. They want to give him some time and all to implement his ideas and all. And they feel like they're okay and all. But then the only issue I had was the fact that I think they took this guy off his post, Fergie. Yeah, so I was like, if you're able to do that, then I had no reason. I think like they had no reason to still keep Ten Hag because you could take some these kind of decisions. Then why keep Ten Hag? You could have easily gotten rid of him, brought in an interim manager, or even kept Van Nistelrooy to take over the team so the season ends. Then you can get someone who can replace him. But to keep Ten Hag, I'm not sure it was a good decision for Man United. But then let's see how that goes for them.
Well, for United, I don't know why it's going to, or it's actually supposed to be a thing for us. But whatever happens to United, I hope for the worst for them, and I don't really care much about about them. Yeah.
I literally asked this guy to analyze Manchester United and their coach, and look at the reply you give. He's like, I absolutely can't count on you. What do you mean by you don't care? You're giving analysis here and you don't care.
So I don't think I should waste my analysis on Manchester United, and that's what I believe in. Now, I've said it here before and I'll say it again. I'm a certified hater.
So is it like you think there's nothing good in the team at the moment?
I don't think anything good can come from that team.
That's a lie, bro.
Who?
That's a lie.
Who can make something good come out of what
A new
board?
manager.
And that will make Manchester United work?
Of course.
Okay.
David is one weird guy. Now I see why you thrive on hate. What I'm saying is, the thing is, Nana made reference to they taking Sir Alex off the payroll and cutting off his ambassadorial contract. And I felt like he's the legend of Manchester United. Just leave him there. He should even sleep at home and you pay him. He deserves it. He has done a lot. It's one of the reasons why we are the way we are. We are seen as one of the biggest club in the world. It's one of the reasons because they are. No, I believe there are other reasons. But still, there are other reasons. No, it's the main reason. That doesn't mean it's the only reason. No, you don't get it.
So just give me a different reason why Man is a great team.
The players.
Which players?
The players that come through during from Fergie's time to presently. No, you don't get what I'm saying. Fergie was the coach, right?
So the manager.
He was at that time. He was the coach. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was,
You actually are saying everything.
but he was still the coach because I believe from. Okay, let's say a manager because he was doing every single thing. He was doing coaching work to managerial work. So he was the manager. But still, if, for example, you bring certain players and they don't perform the way you want, you get another player. If you get another player that doesn't perform the way you want, you get another player. You keep getting. But the fact that he got these players and these players perform to a certain level to give him... Definitely not every single player will perform. You don't get what I'm saying. You keep confusing what I'm saying. I'm not disputing the fact that he is the reason, but I'm saying there are other people that also contributed to it. Yes,
That's true. Fact.
the board also contributed to it.
I'm saying they all go
You
to
know,
him.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
the board also contributed to it. You could pick this guy.
Every decisive thing. So what I'm saying is every decisive thing that made Man United great over this 4-decade period goes through Ferguson. That's fact.
It goes through him.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fact, obviously. But no, that's fact, obviously. But that does not mean he is the only reason. That's what you're saying.
He is there.
But I'm saying one of the reasons, and you said no, he is the reason. So if he is the reason, meaning there are other reasons.
Oh yeah, there might be
So what are you saying? So regardless of how minute it is a reason. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, it's a reason. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's the main reason why we are what we are right now, seen as one of the biggest clubs in the world. Yes. And no, you can right now going back, I believe you forgot someone in terms of Matt Busby. Yes, the Busby babes. Because I even forgot about Busby for a second. So he is also a major factor in United history. No, you see, the main thing is Ferguson, but you also can't take off the Busby babes, for example, because he was also a big part of the history of United. You get, but Ferguson is obviously the main reason why we are one of the biggest club right now. We get, so he should be given that role to just eat and sleep or whatever it is. But yeah, it is what it is, and they decided to take that decision. But right now, I feel like one of the reasons why they can't take the Hag off is because the options we have, right? The options we have in terms of candidates. Gareth Southgate recently came out with a statement and said he wanted to take time off going back into football. Yes. And now we all know Thomas Tuchel is with England. So the options there are Ruud van Nistelrooy, Graham Potter, Kieran McKennie, Michael Carrick. These are not great options. And Thomas Frank, these are not great options.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that don't sack Ten Hag and employ maybe Carrick as your coach. So you go for an interim manager who has to prepare for a new manager, because the fact is Ten Hag still being at United will not bring any improvement. So it's just as good as he leaving the team. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but that's what you think. But that's not what they think. So one of the things is, I believe they feel like if they sack him right now and bring an interim manager, and at the end of the season they are getting a full-time manager, it's like build, break, and build again. You get? So rather than do that right now, they believe if we can't get the option we want right now, let's leave this option right now and see if he can get the team kicking. You don't know when, but they just want to believe he can get the team kicking. Then if he does, there's no need. If he doesn't, summer, you get someone that you believe can actually handle the job full time. That's what I think. Because I believe if they want to bring an interim manager right now, it could be someone they feel like can take the job permanently. They wouldn't want to swap like that. If you look at their history, Ineos, they don't keep managers for long. With Nice, for example, but it's always more permanent than interim. Yeah.
I mean, for United now, there's a deep-rooted problem, right? And I don't know why most of them have not realized till date. So let's use Chelsea as an inference. When the new owners came in, they had a clear idea and what they wanted to instill into the club. Now, partly it had to do with the manager at the time. It had to do with the staff at the time, the members, the board, the top brass at the time. Everyone else contributed to the culture at previous Chelsea. When they came, they systematically removed everyone to change everything. Now, let's do United. United, after Ferguson, right? Obviously, they weren't themselves. They were struggling. They were basking in their former glory and all that. Now, any person who sees or who was watching United at the time was like, no, Ferguson spent so long here that United became Ferguson. So if Ferguson is going, what are we doing? Are we continuing his idea for football or idea of football, or are we starting something new? And with that, we are going to scrape every little bit of Ferguson out of United before we move on. I don't think they did that. And they are seeing the repercussions of it today. Because everything else is like, okay, let's get this coach, let's win some trophies, and let's see what we can do. Now, they do, it gets to a point, it seems like it's working, and then it goes back down because it's like, no one can compare to Fergie. And it's true, no one can. But then you have to move on from Fergie. You have to start something as fresh. And with that, I don't think Ten Hag is your man, to be honest. I don't think so. You need someone else. Someone who would come and instill their football idea properly. Not try and, okay, let's see, the EPL is tough, so I'll adjust and then try and maintain some position so that I don't get sacked. No. We don't want someone who'll be afraid of their work or their job. They come in, say that, no, I believe this is the way United should go. So let's do it this way. And let's go this way. So that you guys can build out of this rut you find yourselves in. Every other season, it's like, oh, United are almost there. They're back to themselves. No, you don't want to be back to yourself. You want to be different. You want to be new and then build on what you already have. Not that you're always going back to, oh, we're this, we're that, we're this, we're that. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with bit parts of what you said, but I also disagree with some concepts. And I just want to remind you that after Fergie left, we had the Glazers. And the best part, if every football fan would attest to the fact that United fans have always been against the Glazers because they felt like the Glazers didn't have, like you said, a laid out plan on how they want the footballing in the club to be run. There was no proper structure in the club. And Ineos came just last season, and this is their first season actually. This is their first season, and the new structure has just been in place for barely how many months. It's not been up to 6 months because the season just started recently, and Dean Ashwood didn't report until I think July or thereabouts. So they've not been together for long, and they felt like this was a way in which they could actually build a structure. Now, put more structure in place with Omar Barreda, with John Willocks, then with Dean Ashwood. Now we have a structure in place, and it would take time. Even with Chelsea example you are giving right now with the new owners, the first 2 seasons or whatever, it was horrible. You were struggling. Yeah, you are just trying to pick right now. So it's pretty difficult for you to.
That's where I want to point out to you. With Chelsea, when the new owners came, we all saw what they were trying to do. They had a plan. And then we were all bashing them, including the fans ourselves. Everyone was like, what are they doing? What are you guys doing? It doesn't make sense. But then they had a plan. It was clear from the get-go. Get young talents and then build a new team.
No, I like what you're saying. But when you say get new talents and build a new team, how long have they been? Young talents. How long have they been? 2 years right now. How was the first year? No. What happened the first year? No. Like in terms of getting the young players, it was just this recent summer that you started signing a lot of those young players.
No. See, what we did, I think we got Mudrik last season. We got Noni came this. We maintained Kowo last season. We got Kukurela. We brought in Petrovic, that keeper. We got in. Was it last year?
No, they've been here more than that.
Petrovic. It was okay. Last 2 years.
Yeah, it was like 3
after the UCL win, because their first sack was Tuchel. Yeah. Tuchel was their first manager that they sacked before they brought in. Yeah. So the whole thing was that they have a plan. Okay, we want to get these people out, bring in our ideas, because they felt like the old people had their way of thinking, that's the Chelsea way that we've all grown to see, like win trophies, just go out there, get the best manager, come in, quick fix and all. But then they felt like, no, we want to develop our players, we want to grow with our coach. So then they felt like they don't need a Tuchel, they don't need a Nagelsmann, they don't need a Hansi Flick or whoever it is. And they needed McKenna. They were looking at Enzo Maresca, because they thought they wanted someone who has footballing idea, someone who can implement.
Yeah. So my question is, I believe you are going back to what happened just this present season. I want us to go back to their first season. What happened? Who did they get? They didn't get a Maresca. You get?
The first year was when they got rid of Peter Cech, Granovskaya, and then during that season they got rid of Tuchel. So the idea was to get rid of those old ideas and then implement theirs. So they were doing it step by step. Do you get what I'm saying? But then with this one, that's what I'm saying, that I would have loved United to keep your deputy, Van Nistelrooy, as the coach for the moment. Because I feel like you've had Ten Hag for 3 years, no progress. There's no progress. Do you get? See, don't count those trophies, those EFL and the FA. This is United, Man U. This is not Sheffield United or Southampton you're talking about. You're talking about Man United. So if you win EFL and all, and then you think like there's a progress, no, that's wrong.
No, that's not what I'm counting as progress here. That's the problem. I feel like United itself is you. A lot of us, we are viewing United from the outside, but from the inside is a different ball game, because the various coaches we've had, they've at points in times felt like this is not a footballing club.
That was under the Glazers.
Yes, and this is just the first few months under a new.
That's what we are saying. That so this is in yours. So don't go by the same Glazers and then the old way of doing things.
But he said 3 years, and part of those 3 years, he spent like 2.5 years under the Glazers. That was the point I wanted to raise.
So he's been there. Even Chelsea Tuchel, he won the UCL the year before these new owners came in, but then they still felt like, no, this person doesn't fit into my idea. Someone was wondering,
That's why I want you to accept the fact that you see this person as is someone that doesn't fit into your idea, but Ineos see Ten Hag as someone that fits into their idea not because of he won 2 trophies. I don't think because he won 2 trophies, because they would have analyzed this coach when the various teams he was, how he was at Utrecht, how he was at Ajax, and the kind of football he got his team playing. They were literally playing one of the best footballs in Europe at that particular moment when he was with them. Yes. So if you look at that, you could be like, okay, why can't he replicate that at United? Then there's a problem. And if you look at the structure, like Ineos came and they made some certain structure, and I felt like, this structure itself is not conducive for this certain coach. So with that aspect, you might feel like, okay, like, let's see how we would perform under a better structure. That's the point I'm trying to raise.
And now there's a structure being set in place. And then we've all seen United this season. 7 games into the season, we've seen United play. Now he has all his players he's supposed to get. All his Ajax players are now here, aside Frankie de Jong. And then maybe Tadic, maybe Daily Blind or something, like a few players. But he has the core of his team over here. So what's the issue now?
I believe he keeps making statements like, in due time, they'll get back to their playing. Everything will click. And recently I was listening to this guy's interview, this South African guy, Benny McCarthy. And he made reference to the fact that if you watch the guys train and play before matches, they are like, wow, I don't think any team can stand these players. But it's like when they come into the team, when they come into the match day and they are playing against another team, it's like, what the fuck? Like, sorry for my language. What are these boys doing? And I think United thing, it might be mentality in some extent. And I believe that could actually be a problem for him.
You see, this is exactly what I was talking about, Prince. Because what Benny said, right, it applies to every other team in the APL. I can bet my last CDs on it that if you go and watch Ipswich before their matches, we'll say, nah, this is the best team in the world. We will say the same thing. You understand? But then the point I'm trying to make is that, look, United is United. You guys have come too far to be taking some dodgy road. You understand? Now, you mentioned it might be a problem of mentality. This is what we are talking about. The Ten Hag that came to United before is not the same Ten Hag. Let's be honest with each other. He is not. He's had to adapt. And that adaptation is causing him. Because Ten Hag will not be able to play the same football he played at Ajax. At Ajax. In United. He wouldn't be able to. Even if you get him the same players, he wouldn't be able to. And we can mark this anyway. If we get the same caliber of players, fresh, injury-free, whatever, give it to him. He wouldn't still be able to play the same football he played at Ajax. Not because it's a matter of, okay, there's a new structure or whatever. It's just because that the structure at United and the mindset at United needs to change. And because he came at a point where it was still in the process of changing, he also formed part of the previous mindset. So he has to go. Bring in someone fresh. And then you would see changes from the onset. Trust me.
Well, that might work in two ways. It could work and it could also not work, because
that's a gamble you have to.
Yeah, it's a gamble, and maybe they are not willing to take that gamble right now because they see something in him we can't see right now. Because if for some reason he turns the corner right now, everyone will be like, assuming they attacked him, we wouldn't have realized this. If he doesn't, well, you can bring a new coach. Oh no, you can't be too sure about these things. Do you know why you can't be too sure about these things? Some few years ago, when I say few years, a long time ago, the season before Alex Ferguson got sacked, before he almost got sacked, he finished around 13th or thereabouts in the league. Yeah, 12 or 13th there in the league. And we only got, he only didn't get sacked because he won a certain cup, FA Cup. That was the reason why he didn't get sacked. The next season, The next season, he was winning the league. From there, we all know the story. We don't have to go back right now. So, and at that point, a lot of the English media press said that was it. There was no way he could turn the corner. So you never can tell sometimes. It's football sometimes. It could just all of a sudden it works out for you. It doesn't work out. Still, you get a new coach. But I'm just saying, you don't know. They feel like they've analyzed it and they feel like maybe right now these options might not be better than what they have right now. In the summer, if it doesn't work out, they probably get a better option. Who knows? They could turn the corner. But yeah, that's enough on Manchester United and Ten Hag. Or you have something to say, David?
So right. The thing is, you have to understand that United is not going to do anything. Well, United will still be bottom tier. That's all. End of story.
I thought you had something serious to say. Apparently not. So United against Brentford, Old Trafford.
Brentford to United 0. Easy win.
Brentford early goal. Go under 2 minutes. Some way, somehow, a draw.
That Brentford juju will not work this weekend. That juju will not work. That under 2 minutes juju, it won't work. It won't work. It won't work. So let's go to the other features of the week. We are just going to real quick just focus on the EPL games this week. So Spurs is playing against West Ham. I think that's a London derby. And that's another coach, Ange. We'll have time to talk about Ange some other time. Right now, we just keep talking about him and just predicting the game. Early kickoff. Who is the money on, David?
Well, let's see. Spurs, West Ham. Now, you see, most of the London derbies don't usually go according to plan. For some reason, they usually don't. Sometimes they hit the spot, and those are like very one-offs. Like those are one-offs. So, if it does, exactly. So, Spurs, West Ham United, coming back from international break. But come to think of it too, I don't think, generally speaking, most of the players had a bad international break, except for maybe the England nationals. Aside them, even them, yeah. It's actually dicey, very dicey. Early kickoff too. Probably anything I'll say here, the opposite will happen. But let's put Spurs just ahead. Maybe a 2-1 win.
Yeah, so I doubt any of these Spurs players. I mean, before the break, I doubt anyone is injured. Because I know the injured ones are the Richarlison and like those who are already injured. Yeah, I'm not sure they had any injury, any fresh injury. And then with this way of Ange, I'm very sure they'll be able to cut this defense of West Ham United. The only thing that might scare Tottenham will be counter-attacks. Yeah, where they have Kudus, Bowen. But if they play this Antonio guy, they're losing the match. Because he'll actually run, go get the ball, and then waste it. Just like this guy does for Fulham. Traore, Adama. Exactly. So, but then if you have Kudus, Paqueta, Bowen running at... but then, see the dicey thing, they will have Van der Ven to go with. Do you get? So, but I feel like overall, Tottenham win for this game. But then they'll concede.
Yeah, I agree with the analysis. I just feel like West Ham they've proved that this season they can't really compete against the boys in the top half because it's been so far this season they've been bad this season. They've been really bad. But let's just see, it's a derby. So all this thing it goes out and they could have a game. Van der Ven and Kudus. It's not about speed. You can be fast, but it will dribble you. And that's it. You can be fast, but it will dribble you. So let's see how that game goes. So Fulham is playing against Aston Villa. So just quick prediction, scorelines.
So Fulham, wow. He said quick, but it's not even quick. It's a very, very dangerous game. I'll call 1-1. 1-1, yeah.
See, this is very, very dicey because Fulham was very good against Man City before the break. I think it was a 3-2 win for Man City, where Adama wasted all their chances and all. So coming back off, and I'm not sure they had a lot of their players. I'm not sure that their players going for this international break and all. So they are all well rested. And they're all well rested and all. So then playing at the Craven Cottage. Wow. Maybe a draw, but then some goals, maybe 2-2.
Yeah, they have some players in top form. Andres Pereira scored a wonderful goal against for Brazil against Peru in the international. So they are pumped up. They are coming. Yeah. So let's see how it will go. Me, I'm seeing a 4-1 win. I'm going for a 4-1 win.
But then Villa has a John Duran. They have Oli Watkins in their front. So even if it's 2-0 against Villa by 80th minute, and then they bring John Duran, that's 3-2 against Fulham.
Duran was there against United. He couldn't score United. If you can't score United, then you're bad, because United is like the least right now. But United was not included, right? We played United before the international break, right? Yeah, they played United before the goalless. So if you can't score United, then forget your form break. So the next game is, are we talking Ipswich Everton?
Wow. Yeah. So Ipswich would definitely have a goal. They would definitely have a goal. As to if they would win, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going for both teams. Both teams will probably score a goal. Yeah, because in any match Ipswich scores, they concede even more. You understand? So yeah, I see both teams will get a goal at least. Yeah.
To me, Everton win. Everton will win. The thing, what a lot of people have not realized about Everton is they've been kind of on a steady rise this season. No, the games they lost, safe. Look at the games they lost some weird way that they were always leading. Exactly. They had, thank you. They were not playing bad, but like they were leading. They just had some lapses, and all of a sudden they lost their games. You get? So if you look at their last 5, 6, 7 games, it has not been that bad. But they just lost some few games. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So they've not been bad.
You boys bashed me here when I was supporting Everton. Now look at you.
See, our only issue with Everton is they've been in and around the relegation zone for like 3, 4, 5 seasons. And then this is the time they go down. We all know they'll go down. But against Ipswich, playing a very good football, no debate. See, this is very difficult for me to choose.
On the board is Newcastle playing against Brighton. That is also another dicey game because, and they're playing at Newcastle home. St. James Park. It's not going to be easy. Yeah, I think Isak is injured. Yeah. Yeah, Isak and João Pedro. Wow. So it's going to be one of those games. But for some reason, I think Newcastle are more primed to win this game. They have, besides the fact they don't have Isak and the rest, I think this guy came back recently. Joe Willock is back. They have this guy playing good. Anthony Gordon is playing well. Joan Linton is doing well. Sandro Tonali is in. We all know Bruno Guimaraes and the likes. So they are not bad. They are not really playing. They don't have a bad team, even though they'll be missing 1 or 2 players. Yes, but to me, I'll just pick. I think it's a Newcastle win for me.
So for me, Brighton have turned into a team that seems to be able to function without any of their key players. I don't know about you guys, but anytime we see Brighton without a key player, someone slots in and then they play well. This match, I would go for Brighton. Easy.
Yeah, so if they had Isak, I would have easily gone for Newcastle, and because of the high line of Brighton, I feel like he would have easily beaten the high line, And then even without him, I saw they have materials to actually beat this Brighton stubborn high line play. So Newcastle win. Still Newcastle win. And then moving on to the 5:30 match, which is Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Inform Arsenal versus somewhat inform Bournemouth. That's a straight win for Arsenal. No qualms about these things. Straight win for Arsenal.
It's so easy to say straight win for Arsenal, but I know our Ghanaian player will have something to say. Samoye will have something to say, especially after getting frustrated by Sudan. He's going to put all his Akple and Banku strength on Arsenal. So it might not be an easy game like that for Arsenal. I think this game might be a draw game.
Yeah, if anything, I would rather pick a Bournemouth win for obvious reasons. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Why are you saying for obvious reasons? Just say for shaggy reasons. Shaggy reasons. So the next game we are going to talk about is, I think, is Wolverhampton Wanderers playing against Man City. Charlie, how many goals is Haaland scoring?
I think just two this time. Yeah, just two. Yeah.
At most one.
And I just said at most one against the Wolverhampton Wanderers with that leaky defense. City will rape them like 7 or 8.
About that.
I'm sure it's like 7 or 8. They are so bad. Wolves is so bad.
No, they're not bad.
Defensively.
Okay, better.
They are poor defensively.
One thing they do very well is to keep the ball. If you for them play, even against Chelsea, they actually keep the ball very well. And the Man City this season hasn't shown that, okay, they are ready for this. They are out and out play. They allow even, I think the play against, was it Brentford, one of these lower ranked teams. They sat back for them to play the ball, and then they still won the match at 2-1 or 1-1. Yeah. So I'm sure they'll allow Wolves to have the ball. You have Cunha, their striker, Larson, and all play the ball in the middle and all. But then it will be up to they finishing their chances. And then if City has the ball, they can just use 3 passes and then they score you. You get? So I feel like they'll allow Wolves to have the ball more. So that's when that goals wouldn't happen in this match.
Okay, but I think it's going to be an easy win for Manchester City. Wolves, to me, they've been disappointed me this season because they've been so poor defensively. But the last game and the cracker, if we had drums, I would have requested for a drum roll, but well, Liverpool is playing against Manchester City. Liverpool is playing against Chelsea at Anfield. Sunday, the last kickoff. What is your take on this game? I know my take on the game, but what is your take on the game?
Well, the match is just an impressive match. Before it even gets started, I think Chelsea will struggle a bit, and I say this because if we're playing them right after our matches before the break, if we're playing them before the break, I could have been confident to say, nah, Chelsea can win this match. But because of the break and then maybe the players getting down and all that, I'm not so much confident. But in that self, I also don't think Liverpool has what it takes to completely usurp Chelsea. I don't think so at all. They don't. So with everything I've said, I think Chelsea might win it. If we don't win it, I think it will be a goal fest. Like some of our previous matches have been. It will just be a goal fest and then we'll just draw the match. But either ways, I believe it will be an entertaining match, to be honest.
Yeah, so Liverpool versus Chelsea. As David said, if this match was right before the break, or anyhow, if it was before the break, I would have easily said Chelsea win. Not for obvious reasons, but for the fact that Chelsea was on a very, very good form. And then the way they played, it was very expansive and all. But coming off this international break, where our key midfielder, in the person of Caicedo, has to travel this evening, get here on Wednesday, train for just a day or two before the match and all, I'm not sure we'll be so comfortable. And then why I say this is because Liverpool actually allow us to have the ball. They've done that so many times in the UCL, in the Europa, in the league against Brentford, and all. They allow you to have the ball, and that's what we actually want to do. We want to have the ball and then come at you. But what Liverpool does very well is to defend very well. They have Konate, Van Dijk defending very, very well. And then when the ball gets to Trent Arnold, he moves the ball quickly to Salah, to Lewis, to Gravenberch, who will give a very good pass to Lewis and then Salah. So that's something that I'm not sure our defense will be able to stand this Liverpool attack when there's a counter attack against our team. So that's where the fear is. I'm very sure we'll leak goals in this game, but it'll be up to the forwards to counter that goals that will be leaking. And then I don't see Chelsea scoring more against Van Dijk and then Konate. When I say Chelsea, I mean Cole Palmer, Jackson, and the rest outplaying Van Dijk and Konate. So it's very dicey for me. I would go for a draw or a slim win for Liverpool.
So to analyze this game, I have to sit down. I was standing all along. Let me inform everyone. See, I've heard the master tactician analyze this game. I've heard the hater in David speak about this game. And I can say two things for facts. Chelsea is smashing Liverpool, period. I don't see... You were making a reference about Caicedo. Same as McAllister, same as Ruben Diaz. They're coming from South America. So that's not, you forget, you just relax. That day, just go and watch the game with joy in your heart because you know you will smash them. You will smash them. See, Liverpool have not been great this season, all right? They have not been great this season, but they've been solid in some way. Solid in their game plan, which is what? Counter-attacking. You can't counter-attack. You can't defend and counter-attack a Kopama. He will score you from range. He will score you from a free kick. Because he's the star boy. He will score you from a free kick. He will score you. They can't lock him. Who will lock him? Trent. Forget. No, they played him as a number 8. He won't play him as a number 8. They'll play him there. Who will lock him? Arnold.
No, that's McAllister.
You're joking. Look. He's calling McAllister and Endo. Can you imagine the players he's saying will lock? I thought you even referred to a N'Golo Kante or something. That maybe they signed N'Golo Kante magically over the night. And what are you saying? See, this game is 100%. Chelsea smashing them. To me, I'll predict a 3-1 or 4-2 because if for some reason you can't keep clean sheets. And there's a Mo Salah there, so they would probably score. But you're smashing them, counter-attacking, total football. You play them hands down. You score them. Nkunku will score. Palmer will score. If they don't take the injury, Felix will come from the bench and score. Even Modric might even score that day safe. He's okay. I don't rate Jaden, but it's okay. I remember what he did to Van Dijk and no, and James Miller. James Miller was like, bro. it was so to me it's an easy win for Chelsea. I don't want to hear any other analysis. Easy win. Chelsea wins 3-0. Thank you all. Any last words?
Enjoy the weekend.
Glory, Man United. My last words.
Up the Chelsea.